From the minds of motivation, sitting about the vibration, star sports, true soldiers, earth fighters, deep down in my spirit, unite. What's up, guys? It's your boy BT Embraces Dakota, and with best more information, you know I'm Dakota Esther Knowledge, and I do the best what I do. It's my job. I love my family, my true soldiers, my star supporters, and my earth fighters. We're back in this motherfucker with an uppercut, and let's do this shit. So, okay, guys. The name of this title is How to Define Somebody's Personality Predicated Upon Feminine Signatures and Masculine Signatures. Okay? So, if you know what a signature is something you sign off, right? And it's a spell. You spell your word out, you spell your name out, or you put out a certain spell or a chant, right? You write it down on paper and it becomes law. It becomes you, right? So, let's get into it. So, let's get into how you can define somebody's energy, feminine energy, or whether they're more feminine or masculine based upon their name. Now, we know feminine means to have sound, vibration, and expression due to the feminine energy being your spirit, your how you feel. And it's predicated upon how you feel, your vibration, and basically the you know what I'm saying, the feelings and the vibrations. It's, you know what I'm saying, that's all feminine. Now, the masculine energy is more so how you think, your ideas, your concepts about the world, the light, your consciousness, you know what I'm saying? So think of the feminine energy as your right brain, and think of the masculine energy as your left brain. You know what I'm saying? Your logic. So you have logic versus emotions. Okay? Or not even versus, just a balance, okay? So now we got that out of the way. Now let's explain the alphabet system, and let's explain the number system. Now, the alphabet, which actually means alpha beta, or actually means the male alpha that created the alphabet, or the masculine deity that created the alphabet system, which is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A is a masculine word. A masculine sigil. Alright, a sigil is a symbol, okay? So A is a masculine sigil, B is a feminine sigil. Now, why is that important? Because certain sigils and symbols give off certain vibrations and energies. And predicated upon, if you know what the vibration is carrying, you will understand what to expect out of life. Now that we understand that all our alphabet are just sigils and symbols of different energies, which is we have masculine and feminine. Let's get to the number system. 1 is the masculine energy, okay, representing the masculine side of things, the idea, the one, the individual. And 2 is two energies coming together, which is masculine and feminine, creating the 2, which is cooperation, which is feminine. The 2 also has a womb representing feminine energy. Now, let's get into how you can determine somebody's personality predicated upon feminine signatures and masculine signatures. Okay? Now, let's get into it. Now, I have this system I created, and I personally created this for the ideal of understanding the personalities that you deal with on a day-to-day basis. And this is how you define somebody's personality before you even know them. This is a method I always use to understand somebody's feminine, whether they're more feminine, whether they're more expressive and more creative and more into their right brain, they're more imaginative, or whether they're more left brain, whether they're more masculine, more thoughts and logic versus more expression and imagination. So let's get into it. Now I'm gonna give you a name. I'm gonna give you a random name, and I'm gonna explain to you how this person will have either more feminine or masculine traits predicated upon their name. Now, don't look at the name of a person or a persona and be like, oh, that name is masculine, because don't be confused by just hearing a name and understanding based upon your social constructed psychological mind frame. Don't think I'm talking about a person, a man, or a female. Just think I'm just talking about a being. Don't even associate these names with genders, because that's how you get lost in life. You know what I'm saying? Associate these names predicated upon the energy signature that I'm finna use. So I'm finna show you the feminine and the masculine energy signature that I use to define who's who. Okay? Let's get into it. We have a name called David Johnson. Okay, David Johnson. The capital D is the womb, the womb, the birth, the whole 180. Okay, the 180, 1 plus 8 is 9, completion, birth of a new ideal and thought. Bam, that's the D. And that D, capital D, making that curved womb, that's a feminine energy. That's a female. Okay, feminine. The A, which is the masculine, is masculine, alpha. Okay, I, atom. Okay, that's M, masculine. V, the V is, that's the sigil. Okay, it goes down, it goes up. That is masculine. The V is masculine. It's very straightforward. I, the I is masculine. Okay, the I, the idea. Okay, the individual, the one. D is actually another feminine. So you have Elf, Elf, which is feminine, masculine, 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 feminine. Now Johnson is what? J, the womb, okay? That's feminine. O, origins, the originator, the womb. 0, the originator, so it's Elf, feminine. H, womb, feminine. N, feminine. S, feminine. O, feminine. N, feminine. Okay? So you have what? You have, for David, you have 2 feminines and 3 masculines. For Johnson, which is David Johnson, you have over 9 feminines. You have 9 feminine qualities about David Johnson. You have 3 masculine traits about David Johnson. Now let's explain David Johnson personality. Now this is how you break down somebody's personality. Now slow it down. Now I done took their names and I showed you how to put the feminine and the masculine within the chart name. Now let's break down their personality. Okay? Let's break down their sun, the sun energy they're carrying. The 9 represents completion. Okay? The 9 is the new beginning of birth. The 9 also represents humanitarianism, raising vibrations, thinking about the world, right? So we know that David has a lot of, he's 9%, or he has a lot of feminine signatures. So he's more feminine than masculine, or she's more feminine than masculine, predicated upon the gender. So we know that David Johnson is more feminine than masculine, and he has 9 feminine signatures, which means that he is very expressive when it comes to completion. He is very expressive when it comes to new ideas and beginnings. He is very expressive when it comes to bringing people together and raising the vibrations due to the 9 energy. He's very expressive when it comes to humanitarianism. He's very expressive. He's very outgoing, very creative when it comes to the 9 energy. All right. Now we know that David Johnson has 3 signatures of masculine energy. All right. Those 3 signatures represent his thoughts. So he thinks a lot about, he thinks a lot about being creative, being a creator. So 3 representing your trinity, your mind, soul, and body. You know what I'm saying? But he thinks a lot about his thoughts and his mentalities. He expresses them. So 3 is the art of expression, the number of expression. So he conveys a lot of his thought patterns and the way he think on his masculinity level. He expresses it through his mind. He tells people, talks about it. He expresses it through hand gestures and movements. And you know what I'm saying? It's like that. Now we know that he expresses his masculine energies through the 3, which is creativity and expression. We know that he expresses his 9 energy, or the 9 numerology, through his feminine energy, which is humanitarianism, which is showering people and helping them raise their vibrations. So he's very feminine in the 9 energy as far as expressing himself. He's very good at expressing himself and showing people the way and raising the vibrations and bringing wholeness. So he's a very whole individual. He's a very creative individual, and he's a very expressive individual. Now let's add up 9 plus 3, so we can get. We're gonna get to it. Now we know that what he does from the 9 to 3 behind his personality. We know that he's very feminine when it comes to bringing folks together. When it comes to completion, when it comes to humanitarianism, we know that. So now let's total it up. 9 plus 3 equals 12. Now 1 plus 2 equals 3 again. So now we have the totality, the number that governs his personality is 3. So he's really a mind, soul, and body person. So his totality of energy is about mind, soul, and body. So the masculine and the feminine that came together, he has to master his mind, soul, and body with the feminine and masculine energy. He has to use both of those energies to master his mind, soul, and body. Okay? So we know that he deals with a lot of, you know what I'm saying, mind, soul, and body experiences. We know he deal with a lot of mind, soul, and body experiences based upon his energy signature. Now, like I said, this is it. This is David Johnson, right? Remember? Now let's do another statement. Let's do another name, cause I think y'all gonna learn this new method of psychic ability. This is how you get to know people before you get to know them. I'm letting y'all know game, so y'all can use this method to understand something. All right, let's see. Let's try another number. Let's try another number. Let's try Timothy McKinney. Let's try Timothy McKinney, okay? So we know that David Johnson had what? He was complete. He was full of, his feminine energy was full of completion. He was all about the 9 energy and the 3 energy. So his feminine side was more 9 energy. His masculine side was more 3 energy. Okay? Both of those numbers are very feminine. So let's get to Timothy McKinney. Timothy McKinney. T is stiff and it's straightforward. It's very straightforward, which means it's masculine. I is masculine. M is feminine. E is feminine. O is feminine. T is masculine. H is feminine. And Y is most definitely masculine. Now M is, like I said, is feminine. Yep, feminine. C is curve, so that's feminine. K is this way. So K will be hold on y'all. K would be masculine. E would be feminine. N, feminine, masculine. So now we got Timothy McKinney, okay? Timothy McKinney, we have M. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 M's, which is 5 masculine signatures. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 10 feminines. So now, okay, now that we got the 5, we got Timothy McKinney. Now we broke down his name. He has 5 masculine signatures and he has 10 feminine signatures. So let's break it down. So 5 is freedom and change and expression. The freedom and change to do something, okay? So we know Timothy and his masculine side, he's more, when his thoughts come to action, he's more about change. And when it comes to his thoughts, he want to change things. He want to move around and actually get it done. He wants to move. He wants to turn into a physical reality. So he's more about change from the mind to the physical realm, from the mental realm to the physical realm. So he's in the 5 energy of freedom. He loves freedom and change. So he's very, you know what I'm saying, he has that mind of freedom and change. Now his feminine side, Timothy, his feminine, he has 10 feminine signatures. So we know 10 is actually 1 plus 0 is actually 1. So let's get that down. 1, right? So we know his feminine energy is actually predicated upon 1, because we know that 0 is an origin number and 1 is the individuality. So we know that his feminine energy is more individual based. He's more individually based. So therefore, if he's more individually based in his feminine energy, then he thinks about, when he's expressing himself, he's expressing his way, his emotions and feelings. He expresses them in an individual standpoint about what he's going through personally. It's more so predicated upon him. So he takes things personal a lot of times. He's an individual, so he does deal with that a lot of times. So we have 5 and 10. We have 5 masculine signatures, and we have 10, aka one feminine signature. So 5 plus 1 would be 6. Okay? Now 6 governs his personality. It governs the totality of his personality, which means that he's, in his total existence, he has to learn how to, cause 6 is caring and love. Caring and love and fulfilling, having wholeness about something, okay? So in his life experiences, he deals with a lot of caring and love for things. You know what I'm saying? He deals with a lot of experiences that cater towards those energy signatures. So we know that for what he has to work on is caring and loving himself, loving his individuality, and loving the fact that he can express his freedom mind through his masculine thought process. So I hope nobody gets lost. So we know his totality is 6 energy, but we know he has 5 masculine signatures and he has 10, aka 1 feminine signature. So let's get to the next one. Now, I hope y'all keeping up. Man, because I'm on a roll. Now let's get to another name. Let's get to a name that we all know. Kanye West, okay? Let's try that. Kanye West. Remember, all alphabets that have a womb is a feminine energy, a feminine signature. All alphabets or all sigils that contains stiffness and straightness, like this pencil structure, like the phallus, like every man has a phallus, a stiff phallus. So every alphabet or sigil symbol that's stiff has a masculine signature behind it. Remember that. So now K is a masculine signature. So we're gonna put M. So we got Kanye. K, M is masculine. A is masculine. Hold on, y'all. N is feminine. Y is masculine, and E is feminine. Excuse me, y'all. I be having little stutter problems. W is W is masculine, I think. Hold on, y'all. Bam. Yeah, masculine. I think. Hold on, y'all. I may be wrong. No, W is feminine. Excuse me, y'all. E is feminine. Cause I think that those make wounds. S is feminine and T is masculine. Okay? So now let's break this down. Kanye West. Kanye has 1, 2, 3. He has 3 masculine traits, 3 masculine, he's 3% masculine. Whoa. Okay? So Kanye has 3 masculine signatures. Now, he has 1, 2, 3, 4. He has 4 feminine qualities, okay? Now, let's break this down. Kanye West, okay? So, he has 3 masculine signatures, which means he's very expressive when it comes to his thought patterns. So there's a lot of times you see Kanye get on his crazy rants and he be expressing his thoughts. He just say crazy shit. It's because he's expressive. Like his masculine thoughts, he has a lot of ideas and concepts about the world. So therefore he expresses it with that expressive energy of the 3. The 3 is a feminine number, but he expresses that feminine numerical number to his masculine desires and ideas and concepts. So therefore he sounds crazy. Like a lot of times he expresses himself that way. Okay, but it just will go on his head. Now he has four feminine signatures, which means that's talking about 4 is the authority number. It's the system-based number. It's authority, okay? Control. So his feminine, his expression is really control. He has a very controlled expression. He's a very authoritative expression. His expression is very controlled. So if somebody attacks his way of belief, he automatically jumps to the author or the authority position and tries to defend himself because he has a very authoritative control about his expression. So therefore, he come off a lot of time as really controlling when it comes to his ideas or it comes to his emotions. He comes off as very, very controlling, very authoritative about his emotions and stuff. So understand that. Now let's add. We know these are his masculine and feminine signatures. Now let's add the masculine and the feminine signature up, predicated upon his totality. Okay. So what's the totality of his personality? We add 3 plus 4, and that equals up to what? 5, 6, 7, right? Right? So Kanye has a 7 totality. So his whole life experience is governed by the 7 energy, which is wisdom and understanding. Level up with wisdom and understanding for the experience that you go through in life. So Kanye has been through a lot of experiences in life that made him who he was. So therefore, he experiences a lot of wisdom and learning lessons in life predicated upon what he's been through. So in his life, he has to learn how to understand. He has to learn how to balance the wisdom and understanding of his masculine and his feminine energy, which is he has to learn how to balance and understand the wisdom of his expression of his mind, his thoughts. He has to learn how to understand the wisdom of his his 4 energy of emotions, right? So that's the totality of that governs his whole experience. But in his experience, he has different qualities about himself. So like I said, he's 3% masculine signature and he's 4% feminine signature. So that means he's more feminine than masculine. Nothing wrong with that, but okay? So a lot of these names are coming off as more feminine than masculine. Why? Because femininity or the feminine energy governs the universe. So therefore, everything is ran by energy, sound, vibrations, and emotions, or energy and motion. So therefore, everything is going to come back to the mother, right? To the water. So I'm gonna give us one more name, and I'm gonna call it a day. Okay? Now y'all understand a little bit what's going on. Y'all can use this method in order to see how people are in real life, to see how these people are. All right, guys, back. So, like I said, let's do one more name, and we're gonna call it a day. So, like I said, y'all, please, if you want to understand somebody's personality and how, if you want to understand somebody's more masculine than feminine, you will use this method. Because by you understand how somebody is based off the masculine signature and the feminine signature, you'll be able to find how they are as people. So you'll be able to find if they're more creative, or they're lacking a lot of creativity, or they're just more logical. They're more conscious as far as like the lights. They're more into the light spectrum of consciousness versus subconsciousness. So you'll be able to figure it out. You'll be able to figure out if they're more left brain or right brain based upon the energy, or based upon feminine and masculine signature. Okay? So let's get into this one. Let's get a name like let's see. I'm trying to think of a name, y'all. I'm having bad names today. Julius. Let's try Julius something. Julius Jordan Brandon Smith. Let's try that. Brandon Smith. One more name. We're gonna call it a day. All right. Okay. So like I said, any word that has a womb in it, that has a feminine, that has the sigil of a womb, is a feminine sigil, symbol, signature. Anything that has to do with stiffness and straightness, that is a masculine sigil. Okay? Understand that. Brandon, the B is a womb. So therefore, that's a feminine. R is an arch, it's a womb. Okay? So therefore, that's a feminine. A is a triangle, aka an alpha. That's a masculine. N is a feminine. D is a feminine. O is a feminine. N is a feminine. S is a feminine. M is a feminine. I is a masculine. T is a masculine. And H is a feminine. Now let's break down Brandon Smith. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He has 9 feminine qualities. 9 feminine signatures. Okay? Now let's break down his masculines. 1, 2, 3. He has 3 masculine signatures. So let's break it down. 9, like I said, representing completion. Humanitarianism. People, right? Dealing with the power of giving power to the people, the higher vibrations, raising the vibrations, being a humanitarian. Okay? So he has a lot of 9 energy in his feminine trait. So therefore, he expresses himself, the way he expresses emotions is by bringing people together. It's by raising the vibrations, and it's like that. Now, there is always a con to every pro. So you have, I'm gonna get into the cons of feminine. I'm gonna get into the negative femininity and the negative masculinity in the part 2, the next video. But we're just dealing with the pros right now. So he has a lot of completion. He has a lot of raising vibrations. He's very good at bringing people together. He's very good at being a leader. He's very good at being a humanitarian, caring for the people, right? He don't have a problem with that. That's his good expression. That's his good feminine side of him. Now his masculine side, he has a 3. His 3 is expression. So he's, like I said, a lot of these brothers are expressing their minds with the 3 energy. So a lot of times they express their minds with the Trinity or the expression number. So they just keep expressing their minds, their ideas, and their concepts through the 3 energy, which is expression. So they just say it. However they feel, they get off their chest by speaking out. They speak in their mind through expression. Okay? However, way they express it, whether it's through art, whether it's through singing, whether it's through anything they do, they're expressing that concept, that idea. So now we have 9 plus 3, and we get 10, 11, 12. Again, 9 plus 3, 12. 1 plus 2 equals 3. So he deals with a lot of mind, soul, and body experiences, because 3 is the totality of his personality. So therefore, in his lifetime, he's going to experience a lot of situations that deals with the mind, soul, and body attitude, that deals with him staying grounded and trying to understand his masculine and his feminine energies predicated upon the 3 energy. Okay? So he deals with a lot of that mind, soul, and body experience, and he deals with a lot of emotions and thought patterns and his Trinity level and his 3 in the 3 energy. Now we know that, like I said, we know that if y'all see that, only I can read that, but it's a little backwards. But that's it, y'all. That's it. That's me explaining how you break down somebody's personality, the feminine and masculine signatures. Basically, all you do is you basically look at all the sigils that has the womb. The womb the feminine sigils have wombs. They have they're pregnant. Look at all the pregnant sigils. So you have the pregnant sigils, which is the feminine energies, and then you have the stiff sigils, which are the masculine energies, which representing the phallus of the masculine energy. So let's understand that. Let's be mature about this, and let's understand that. Now with that being said, guys, I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in, and peace. I love y'all, but please, y'all, use this method. I'm gonna do more videos like this in the future, but tell me how you like this one, and peace, guys. I love y'all.